Hello, my name is Darryl Schoon, and I'm going to touch on the subject of the gold standard. The gold standard arose spontaneously during the 19th century and is associated with a period of economic stability. In truth, the gold standard existed in one form or another throughout history until the paper boys substituted their paper money for gold and instituted an era of increasing instability where we have the problems that we have today. We are going to be in Australia in 2 weeks, where the Gold Standard Institute is going to present its first formal meeting featuring Professor Antal Fekete, who's probably the foremost expert on the gold standard today. And what I'd like to do is now segue into an interview that we made with Philip Barton of the Gold Standard Institute in Vienna earlier this year. Philip is going to be in Australia also, as will be many other speakers. And this is a subject that seriously bears consideration, and very little is known about it. And perhaps the interview with Philip might pique your interest, and we'll see you there. Thank you very much. We're here in Vienna, and the gentleman on my right is Philip Barton, who is the head of the Gold Standard Institute. And I want to have Philip explain a little bit about the Institute and what its purpose is at this time in our history, and what he believes the significance of the gold standard is, and what the Institute is trying to do.
Okay, Darryl, the significance of the Gold Standard Institute is, and it's an all-encompassing story, this, but if we had had a Gold Standard Institute in 1914, I don't believe we ever would have gone off the gold standard. The Gold Standard Institute will be a repository, a central repository of information on the gold standard. It didn't exist in 1914 because the gold standard was formed by free people acting freely in the marketplace over a period of about 3,000 years. It wasn't something that came out of the ivory tower of academia. It wasn't something that spewed forth from the legislative process of government. It actually arose from free people trading goods amongst themselves. People from all over the world, from different socio-economic backgrounds, from different religions, from different cultures, from different everything. It spontaneously arose and evolved. And that was the strength of it. But it was also the weakness, because it wasn't some theoretical construct. There was no body of data on it, or very, very little had been written on it. It hadn't been codified. It didn't have all these vast tomes sitting on shelves about it. So in 1914, when specifically Germany and England went off the gold standard, there were very few defenders, very few people. A lot of people knew it was wrong, but they couldn't intellectually defend it because nobody really, or very few people, understood the theoretical foundation of the gold standard at that time. And because of that, we've gone through the last 95 years of national destruction, wars of liberation, millions, hundreds of millions of deaths, economic turmoil, and now virtually it could be speculated we're approaching the collapse of civilization because of the absence of data on the gold standard in 1914. The reason I'm founding the Gold Standard Institute now is to ensure that never again will that be the case, that we will have this intellectual foundation for the gold standard, that people will be able to learn about it, and we will be actively educating and disseminating that information.
I just want to say that for my part, Philip, I'm absolutely honored to be here in Vienna with you as you're working on this project, because I believe that the work of this institute at this time, in terms of the monetary chaos that is a result of the paper currencies, no longer connected to anything of value, which has allowed government to spend money it didn't have in perpetuity, ad infinitum, resulting in the debt situation that's absolutely enormous. It would not have happened had we had a gold standard. And so little is known about the gold standard today there's an absolute necessity for your work to bring this back into the body of knowledge that has been dismissed by what we call modern economists. I call them the paper boys. So I want to thank you and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed, Darryl. Thank you. Your help is much needed and very, very welcome.
Thank you, fellas.